Hello everyone, my name is Lance90 and welcome back to Let's Play Kerbal Space Program. We finally started to have some successes at the end of the last one. Do we have this strategy going? Yeah, it takes our reputation and gives us money. Is what I prefer. Don't need to upgrade that yet. Missions, do we got something important for me yet? Tourism. I could do another one of those. It's pretty boring though. Probably start doing those off camera, to be honest. Still, this other satellite. I don't want to deal with the satellite right now. It's not in a good place for a satellite. Like that. Let's see where all these are at. If they're far away, I don't want anything to do with them. This one's close. Like actually, like right on top of us. Something or other's pitfall is what it's called. Oh, is it like... Oh! I didn't mean to do that. Oh well, I guess we're not doing that one. I was thinking that there might be like... It might have been like spread all over the planet. Not really big on any of these, really. Like, these two aren't too bad, but then these other two that are part of it are pretty far away, so... We might just be doing our own mission right now. Which would be to land something on the moon. We might want a little bit more money. And do both of these at the same time. And we need to fix this lifting rocket anyway. Oh, it has locked parts. I think it's just this thing. Okay, parachutes. I'm worried there might be... Let's see. I'm worried there might be two fuel tanks there. Oh. Where is the Vesta? We need more thrust for this. Shoots. Thought we did that before. For some reason we hadn't. Let's see. The orbital Lifter MK2. Okay. Believe that is all correct. Parachutes on the last stage. Boosters, those, that. Okay. There is a heat shield there, yes. Yes. Do I want to put extra command and control on this bastard so that it doesn't flip over? I think the answer is yes. Even though it's expensive as hell, it adds weight, I think we have no choice. That sucked. 2. Save it. Screw it up. Alright. Valentina out just for the sake of argument, so that she's theoretically rests her. So Jeb could rest since his last mission, even though the game doesn't simulate that. Okay. Tourists are going to stay back. Saving lunch. Do have our retrograde and prograde now, so that'll help us out. Should put some struts on it to make it a little less noodly. It's definitely doing the gravity turn easier at least though. I don't know how to keep them from doing that. I don't think the I don't think doing the spin is the answer. Faster. I was reading comments saying that there isn't a too fast anymore. I guess with the old physics maybe there was, but they're saying with the new ones you never want to throttle down in the atmosphere. I don't know, but see, that's too fast. That's way too fast. Don't want to see re-entry effects on the way up. Prograde, just so we don't get slowed down by the wind too much. We'll take what this little bit of fuel we have left with us. It's recovered. We did lose this radio decoupler piece. I think those bigger radial decouplers help too with keeping them from blowing up. The manifolds or whatever they're called. They don't really have a window on this, huh? I guess those are the windows. I think it's completely just based off the Gemini capsule. Don't prograde anymore, I'm gonna now it has so much command and control, it's like way too much, but don't know what else to do to keep it from not flipping over in the atmosphere. Other than designing it to look extremely stupid. It's not the way I roll, though. Just let me de-stage in the other piece, please. I'm begging you. I don't know why I can't stage in the screen anymore, man. It's fucked. It's kind of weird that it's doing that. But there's a much beefier engine and it's not helping. Of course, there's a bunch of mistakes there with the thing not freaking separating when I wanted it to. And the other one made it, so this one should. Theoretically, it should be even better. I don't know though, it's like actually doing worse than the last one. I don't really understand. Well, it is heavier because it has the stupid command control unit in it. Also, the engine itself is heavier, but yeah, it's basically the same as last time. It's disappointing. Try to get over land and do an EVA. I don't know if we can catch mountains here. This tell me, I think it can. Just have to watch this and watch as things appear. Try to get all these EVA reports. For mountains and desert. That mod is so helpful. This is stuff you'd never be able to remember that you need to grab unless you had it. The only one left is desert. Probably not going to show up on this round. I guess I could wait until I get the desert here. And then I'll just deorbit over here. That was a little bit weird. Probably deorbit us now. Alright, now we do the slow process of returning on. But now that she can point retrograde, it'll be a lot easier for me to just time accelerate through everything. Because now she can focus on piloting the damn thing, and I can focus on getting us there safely. Put her on fine controls just so she can do it a little bit better. I hated that glitch that was in one of the builds of the game where having them do it, like, just melted through your electric charge like it was nothing. Do you remember that? It was awful. You couldn't actually use these because it just used way too much electric charge. Very disappointing. That was when it first came out. I was like, well, that's a really cool idea. You can do that now, but it's actually useless because you can't use it. This thing just added way too much weight, huh? Trying to figure out why it had so much trouble getting to space this time, even though I upgraded it. Probably slow down a little bit. There's no re-entry thermometers yet, so I'm gonna press my luck a little bit with time acceleration. Just because the other video went way too low. So ×2 though. Watch those pitch yawn roll down the left-hand corner. I bet they're gonna go a little bit crazy. Okay so far, but that's how it went last time. It was fine until like the very last second. I do need to restage these. Let's see. Small boys. Single boy. Oh, heat effects. Slow down. I'm a little hotter than last time. It's probably because it's heavier. Oh no, these were protected by that middle thing that was a little bit bigger. Oh, I saw the pitch move there. I still don't think we're to the point where it freaked out on me. I think it was like 28,000 or something. Just watch those, bunch of these, and probably figure out when it is. I just have to turn on the time acceleration again because that is going to happen at any moment now. Unless I just seriously fucked something up really bad last time. Pitch moved a little bit. Thermometers went away. Maybe it's just that they can control it way better than I can. Well, this transition here is usually kind of rough too, but I don't think that was. I think it already went through that when it was. Huh. Maybe it doesn't need that command thing. Maybe it just needed someone who could point retrograde for me. Probably don't need array. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. That's fine. Let's do that. Excuse me. ×3. Just forward till it's close to 1,000. Okay, well, I don't think we needed this actually, because I didn't see that really freak out much at all. I don't know why I had so much more trouble. It could have just been that thing in the middle was fucking it up. Deedle-a-doo, deedle-a-deedle-a-doo, deedle-a-doo. Punk. Alright, over the vessel. Should've got a little bit of science too from all those EPAs. Yeah, 40 science, not bad. What else we got? More tourists. Don't really like the surveys. Do science from doing this. Where else can I get science on the surface right now? Crew report. Oh, I don't have a crew report in the water? Really? I'd just like to get a little bit more science so I can get one more tier of science before I try to go to the moon. Upgrade that once. Just want to make sure everything can. We actually need to get this before we go to the moon. I'm gonna have to spam out some missions. I'm gonna have to do that off camera. These upgrades seem more expensive than they used to be. Okay, let's do a quick plane run. As annoying as they are. Big jab. I'm gonna try to get over to the desert. So I'm gonna try to get us over to the desert so we can get the rest of the science we need to do the thing. Also try to land on that and see if that actually does have science. I don't know if it does or not. There's like one more hidden plane strip on Kerbal as well. Is the correct trajectory for us? Yeah, so basically. Take us in, nice and fast. As always, these plane fights are boring, but we don't need very much science to get one more technology unlocked, so this is about the best way to do it. You're not really going the direction I want to be going. It's more like this 170 or 270 mark here. It's more like what we need. Really, if I wanted to be more technically accurate, like what order of events we should have done for achievements here, we probably would have gone to the desert before we went to the North Pole, but that's fine. Who cares? I haven't really been pushing the role-playing aspect of this too much. I do like that to some degree, but I'm no Scott man. Not very good at coming up with ways to make this seem more interesting than it is. I think there is a little bit of desert here, but might be a little bit hard to nail, especially since I have to land it in the weird way. Let's try to get over here. It'll be more interesting once we get to those outer planets. That's going to be a while. I mean, I probably could do it with the parts we have now, but that is one of the things where I'm going to enforce the role-playing aspect of it. We got to go to the moon first. Then we're going to go to Minmus, then Eve, then Duna. Then we'll probably start sending things out to the outer solar system. And deeper into the inner solar system as well. I think it's actually harder to get to the inner solar system than it is to get to the outer solar system. Interestingly enough, I think that's how it is in real life as well. I think it's actually pretty hard to get to Mercury, if I've recalled what I've read before. I am doing these high time warp rolls here. You know how boring this would be if I didn't have that graphics mod installed though, huh? Game doesn't have clouds and stuff in stock. Wish the other ones were working. There was more that I was going to install, but they don't. They're glitched out right now. Scatterer, namely, it makes things look a lot nicer, but is making chunks of the world float off into the sky. It's very weird. We have to turn more this way. Yeah, I can see over there. So I'm having my issues with the series, but gotta admit one thing, I'm not as bad as NL, right? Sorry, I have to be said. Be said. And let's go. much longer now. Make sure I'm kind of deep in it. We don't want to just be on the shores here. But we also don't want to go so far that we're in the mountains. Let's go. There's some science. I should probably rebuild this with the Gemini capsule so I can have Bob on here too. So he can rerun some of these other science experiments. I'm gonna kill him with G-forces, but it's actually going up right now, which is kind of crazy. Air acts very strangely in this game, but also makes things a lot easier that it does. Basically do the same thing we did at the pole, where we're going to kind of dive down, pull back up to slow down. Dive to fall down again. Slow down. It's probably good enough speed and height to just deploy these and call it a day. Other than a little bit more pulling up just to make sure we don't kill ourselves. I want the parachutes to just rip themselves off. Though they shouldn't, these should be enough to slow down the whole craft on their own, but better safe than sorry. And then we drift gently down. If I was a braver man, I could even EVA him. He's probably drifting down slow enough he would be able to keep a hold. But we did get the flying EVA when we were at the pole just by jumping off the plane. Which is silly, but way of the road. Alright, give me this unrepeatable science, please. Thank you. Put that in. It's really annoying that we can't grab surface samples yet, but we already have the CVA report, we just have to recover them. Oh, exactly enough. That's just from recovering him, we haven't recovered the vessel yet. There we go. Pretty good amount of science just for being flying around on the planet, right? Alright, we're all out of time. I hope you all enjoyed and have a good day.